So I can see whatever I want whenever I want, and I'm excited to be here. I'm entering the Australian exhibit now, and we're going to start with the Northern Territory, which is has a lot of extreme weather differences, so it'll be interesting to see. Okay, these paintings were actually drawn by real Aborigines from Australia. This here is a Barra Monday fish, and when you see this symbol, it means that I was here. Kind of like when someone writes on the wall, Sherry was here. That's what that handprint means. Now we're going to go inside. This is a Barra Monday fish. I have actually eaten it. It's delicious. And where's the turtle? I have my own guide today. Pig nose turtle. There's some catfish.
It's hard to see in there. Yeah, it has 3 seasons, which the animals have to learn how to cope with. The seasons are the dry season, the fire season, and the rainy season. And in the rainy season, there are floods all over, and the animals have to cope with that. In the dry season, they have extreme heat that they have to cope with. And many of the smaller animals come out only at night or bury themselves in the ground during the day.
So they have to learn to adapt to all those changes.
And all these animals have to learn to adapt.
And what's that big fish? Is that a lungfish?
That's a lungfish.
Okay.
And he, as I said, he's adapted such that when he gets washed inland during the flood.
Well, that was sure fun. I had a private tour of the Northern Territory of Australia by Norm, and he pointed out a lot of different animals and was very knowledgeable about them. And now I'm going over to the rainforest. You can see it looks like I have the aquarium to myself. Just the gift store. I'm going to Reef to Rainforest, the Blue Wonders it's called.
One stingray is enough.
That is a zebra shark, and it's shaped a little bit different than a lot of sharks because it has to go in and out of these reefs in the coral. There was also a black tip shark in here. And I remember Nathan and I were swimming, and it was either a black tip or a white tip that came by us, and I thought that was pretty neat. He's gonna feed some fish here. This is a sand tiger shark, and they look very fierce. But don't let that fool you. They're actually very gentle sharks, and they only become aggressive if provoked. So that's kind of interesting too. They look so fierce, but they're not. Where did they go? Here comes one. There's also nurse sharks. This is the upper viewing deck. And this section here is all about Maryland and the waterlands, or all the waters that are connected to the Atlantic, all the streams, rivers, wetlands, rivers. So I'm in Maryland right now. The capital of Maryland is, I'm waiting for it, do you know? It's Annapolis. So because this is all specific to Maryland, I probably won't video any in this area. Okay, this is cool. This is the Atlantic shelf. So this is in North America under the water. And there is a flounder hiding right there, quite camouflaged, but you can see him. But when he lays real flat, it's very hard to see. And then some other big fish in here. There's an oyster toadfish, but I can't find it. That's kind of funny. But anyway, I thought this was interesting. This is on the fish. It's an air-filled sac or an air bladder, and it helps keep the body afloat. And I'm going to put this real close, see if you can hear what it sounds like. So that helps the fish float when it wants to float. It is a saltwater fish. And they also make that noise if they want to attract a female. So I believe in microevolution, not macroevolution. I don't believe that a fish ever turned into any other animal than a fish. And then I don't believe that animal turned into a monkey, and then that monkey turned into a person. But this little exhibit here is all about evolution. And you know what? There just is not proof of that. But the Bible says that God created all the animals. And when you see animals that are similar to other animals, it's because it was the same creator. Our God created all these different animals. And yes, animals adapt to different surroundings, and there are minor changes in a species, but never has one species turned into another. Aren't these beautiful fish? How elegant and dainty. So pretty. It looks like they might be called a butterfly fish. No, it says the butterfly fish float on the top and don't move, so I don't know what that is. Because it's not on this. I'd like to find a black ghost fish, though. That sounds kind of neat. Maybe in the next. Ooh, do you see the pretty yellow one? That's called a canary wrasse. Or a wrasse. And then this little yellow one is called a lemon damselfish. Beautiful. Ooh, very nice. Here we have an electric eel. And everybody puts out electrical impulses, even people. But the eel will do very low electrical impulses to communicate, or it can do very high, which will actually stun their prey so that they can eat it. And here it says, check out our fish's charge sensors inside this exhibit monitor our fish's electrical discharge. So it can go from all the way here to here. Where did he go? Can you find him? He's hiding now, or he thinks he's hiding, but we can still see him. Here he comes. And he will eat other fish, crustaceans, frogs. He'll even eat mammals, like if a mouse or a rat were in here, he would eat that too. Isn't this a beautiful aquarium? These are called sea anemones. There's all different kinds in here, and they have stinging tentacles. The tentacles will like paralyze crabs or mussels or any fish that get too close. And then it opens up its mouth and sucks them in. Looks like just a beautiful plant. But it's a wonderful, wonderful animal, sea anemone. They are so fast, but there's little beetles in here. Do you see this skeleton? What do you think it belonged to? Can you guess? Do you think it was a dinosaur or a whale? It was a 50-ton fin whale. Unfortunately, it died off the New England coast about 150 years ago. And these fin whales are, I believe they're endangered still. But here's a skeleton of one. Look at the vertebrae, huge. So here is a fin vertebrae that's similar to the whale we just looked at over here. This one's a replica, so this one's man-made, but they made it similar. And then here they have an example of a human vertebrae. Do you see they both have that small opening? And they're very similar. And do you remember what I said? I said we would expect to see similarities because we have the same creator. The same creator that created this whale created humans. So there's going to be some similarities. Oh, and here we can view over to the reef again. There we see, oh, I'm losing my mind. I forgot what those are called. But they shoot off electrical impulses too. You can say it out loud because I forgot what that's called. A stingray. Yep, that's it. Fish in here have some really neat patterns, and all these patterns help them disguise themselves or make it confusing for their predators to know if they're coming or going or which way's their head. But they're all very beautiful, aren't they? Yeah, I know this is too dark, but it said no flash photographer. But these are pine cone fish, and they have little bacteria that glow and that attracts fish, kind of like a lure. So they're nocturnal. They do all their hunting at night. I guess it's too dark to see, but they're pretty cool. They look just like a pine cone. Okay, we are now entering the Amazon portion of this aquarium. And you can see how big the Amazon region is. I was fortunate enough to go to Ecuador with Nathan, and we went into the Amazon there and stayed for a few days. Hopefully someday I'll get to Brazil. That would be great. You see the Amazon River has lots of branches all throughout. If you ever have a chance, read some books about Nate Saint or Jim Elliott about their trip to Ecuador. Definitely worth reading. What's neat about the Amazon, it's where the fish swim among the trees. See a really big, it's called a giant talking catfish. And it talks by grinding its spiny side or pectoral fins against their sockets. So it's considered giant river turtles. And way back there on the ledge, we can only see the tail. Part of the body, I guess, is a river caiman.
Flooded wilderness into the sunlit canopy of populated tropical rainforests, one of the most biodiverse places on the planet. How many unique sites and sounds do you encounter today? Look for the colorful birds and
Ooh, vanilla. This is an orchid where they get vanilla from. So I just learned that sloths have 7 chambers in their stomach, and because it takes so much energy to digest, they have to rest a lot. And I got to see a video of them eating upside down, so that was super cool. There's another one in here, so I'm gonna go look for it. So a trip into the Amazon or the rainforest wouldn't be complete without seeing piranhas. These are red belly piranhas. They have razor sharp teeth. Very noisy in the rainforest. Just saw a little mouse or something. Yeah, a little mouse. Some parrots. This is the bird that was making that loud noise. This is the bird that was making all that noise. You can still hear it in the back. I would like to find this turquoise tanager. Isn't that beautiful? And here's a cacao tree. And if you've seen my other books on how or why God made chocolate, something like that, I don't remember, we get into that more. It's a Greek word that means food of the gods. Just saw another little mouse out of the corner of my eye. And there's a very colorful parrot. Now we have some of the poisonous dart frogs. Very beautiful,
Oh, I see
colorful.
another one. He's kind of hiding. They're both back there. Yeah. Look at the blue one.
Now we are in Shark Alley. And that looks like a sandbar shark, maybe. Sand tiger shark. Sand tiger shark. I'm looking for the large tooth sawfish is what I'm looking for. I found it. Here's the large tooth sawfish. Now, how do you think it got its name? Here's another one.
Oh, there's another sawtooth one here.
I love bottlenose dolphins. Did you know that when they sleep, they shut off half their brain? They need half their brain to remember to go up and take a breath. They like to have fun. They can hear really well underwater. And while they're here in captivity, they eat about 14 pounds of fish a day. They like to blow bubbles and jump and have a good time. They're very playful. We are now entering the jellyfish invasion. Pacific sea nettle. They are beautiful. They're from Mexico to British Columbia. Love it. Jellies and hatchling fish compete for zooplankton. When jelly populations are high, they consume most of the zooplankton, leaving hatchling fish without food. Blue blubber jelly. And it said they can be eaten if they're dried properly. These look very fun. Oh, mushrooms. Oh my goodness, aren't they cool? Wow, really like them. Over here, I passed up the spotted, now the sign went away. They eat algae, so that's why their color is a little different on these. It says spotted lagoon jelly. And over here we have the egg yolk jellyfish. Where's it going? Wait for me. These are in Alaska and elsewhere. I'm not sure where else. Alaska and Southern California, it says. The jelly, egg yolk jellyfish. Okay, these are the inside down jellies. And then the Atlantic nettle. Unfortunately, these sting, and it says that they sting about 500,000 people a year, the Atlantic bay nettle. And these are the moon jellies that I got to touch one up upstairs in an exhibit. They feel just like they sound, like jelly, and they are harmless. Look at this. Most jellies have two non-swimming polyp stages. The first stage looks like a tiny sea anemone. We saw those earlier today. When conditions are right, these polyps transform into budding polyps called strobili, which resembles a stack of miniature saucers. Each strobila produces hundreds of baby jellies called ephria. I cannot vouch for any of my pronunciations. I have no idea. Well, this is what a polyp looks like. Beautiful. Here's someone swimming with the moon jellies. And then here we have the Japanese sea nettle.